was like I was trying to give a puppet superpowers. You know, like if I wanted to make a superhero or whatever. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know, it's a good question. I'm like, how many powers can I give them? What all can I do and all that stuff. Um, I got to like one power and then I started doing something else. But hold on. Um, sorry, man. This is so
Yeah,
much to
that's
do.
that's a big thing that I'm excited for is like doing like skill trees and shit and trying to like work all that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's interesting. So, dude, I just realized variables. Like, you used variables before? Because I gotta assume they had them in maybe Little Big Planet and stuff.
Yeah, I think
Um,
I remember.
okay, well, variables, man. Oh my god, like I didn't know what the hell they were because I never played Little Big Planet, and I'm just like I said, I've been teaching myself kind of all these logic and shit by just constantly in and oh my god, are they so helpful? Like they're fucking gonna be like 90% of everything you do, like involving numbers. So, but so what I mean is one thing is like variables save your number because they always stay on. Like whenever you send, like so they're like you use a variable and a variable modifier together, and the variable never goes off, but the variable modifier does, and the variable modifier is what controls the interest into the variable. So like they don't require wires. Everything requires a goddamn wire, but the variables don't require wires, and that's so great because again, you like just saving a number is so important in making shit, dude. Like for gas, like literally, my way of making gas before was telling like literally setting a number on the mover, like so 50. So
Yeah.
whenever I press a button, it'll move exactly 50 in a direction. So there's no build up, there's no slowdown. It's just 50 and 50 off, which is not really good for if you're trying to make a legit like moving car or whatever. But
Yeah.
with a variable, I can fucking tell it to add one with a variable modifier. I could tell it to add one to the variable every time the variable modifier comes on. So then I could tell something to constantly turn it on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, which will add one to the fucking. Or no, I'm sorry. I can tell it to continue to add one, and it when I turn it on, it will continuously add one, which will basically be a speed up, and
Yeah.
I can set it where I want it to stop. So if I want it to stop at 80 miles an hour, I set the 80 to be the max limit of number, so it goes up to 80 and stops. And then I turn that variable modifier off. I turn another variable modifier on with the same working with the same variable, and then I tell that to minus one. So once I stop pressing the gas, it tells it to subtract one from whatever I've increased. So, 20 miles an hour, start going down 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So again, like the variable modifier is a fantastic thing, and it's terrible if you haven't been using it. So,
Yeah, no, I have used variables. I remember making the zombie maps because obviously they need to get tougher. So you would add a variable of
exactly,
like once you kill seven of them, now their health increases to 120%, and then
exactly.
yeah,
And it needs
yeah,
well, I'm saying too that one of the other important things is it needs the save, and the variable just saves. Like that's dude, like without a wire, because anytime you stick a wire into a number, it will not save, or it won't save. It will reset when like you stop when it goes off, which is
yeah.
terrible, man. Like, so thank God for variables, because like, dude, without them, it would be so much difficulty doing stuff. Um, anyways, but I was making a superhero puppet and I was trying to figure out what you could do, and I made a super run for him, which works really well. Again, it's just variables that increase the speed, but it works really well. Like he runs really fast, and like his stopping and stuff looks really good. Like the character animation actually looks like it's moving pretty quick. So I mean, it all works really well together. And like he has a super jump kind of like when you jump while running, he'll fucking do like a extra like long jump. So that was pretty cool.
Do do you already have? Is that 32 comments on?
Oh, that's an old one. I should be live now. Just look up Dreams Madness '03 or '04. I think I forgot to change the number, but yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
fine. It's a continuation of 3.
Yeah, because in the party it said you were streaming, so I went to your profile and it shows that one.
Oh, gotcha.
So just go to YouTube.
I mean, yeah, YouTube, if you just type in Dream Madness, like, it should pop up with the live. And yeah, if you want to know anything, like, while I'm streaming, just ask me, because I can show you, tell you, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, I was telling people earlier, man, like, figuring this stuff out, if I had somebody, like, who I could ask questions and shit to, like, while learning stuff, because that's more or less what it is, like, I can tell you something, but you're going to interpret it your own way. And if you interpret it differently, fucking, then, you know, it's going to take you longer to figure it out. But if you can ask about it, you know, you can figure it out quicker.
Yeah, that's why I've been, as I said, watching a bunch of tutorials, so I'm like educated about it as I can be.
Exactly. Like, I watched a few tutorials, learned the basics, but then from there, man, like, it's just been me playing with this, playing with that, figuring this out, you know.
Yeah.
How
it's still gonna
those.
be a bunch of that.
So you want to hear something funny? When I first started, like, I was trying to make simple games, right? And, like, literally the first simple game I thought to make, I'm like, oh, Simon should be easy. That's just a fucking memory game, you know. Boop boop, red blue, right? And
Yeah.
bro, like, I'm sitting here trying to make it, and the thing is, bro, like, Simon, it's funny because I Wikipedia'd it after, like, I'd attempted it like 3 or 4 times, like, in different nights and shit. I'm, like, trying to make Simon, and I Wikipedia it, and it said Simon was discovered, like, or a science person fucking discovered it or made it. He was a science guy who figured out, like, an algorithm or some shit. So, like, because there's a weird pattern in Simon. It goes random input, right? And then it goes recording, random input, input. And then it goes random recording, random input. Like, it's a crazy pattern, dude, and it's really hard to figure it out. But another guy on Dreams has made, like, a game, basically, Simon game. And if you go to the first version he made, like, I found this out after I done tried it so much and was, like, getting frustrated, but he says in his descriptions, he's like, what I thought would be a simple game, he's like, turned out to be a crazy learning process. And he's like, I learned about XOR shift gates and bitwise operators. And I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, I just thought it was crazy, dude, because I'm thinking, like, we both had the same idea, it's simple and easy. But no, dude, it's actually pretty fucking tough. So I tried messaging that guy to see, like, I wanted to know if he'd, like, maybe tell me how he did it. Like, not to make it, but if I ever want to make something with, like, the same kind of algorithm or something, I just don't know how to set it up, and I'm, you know, curious. Yeah. Like, I don't know what the hell he means, like, by XOR shift gate, dude. And if you look it up, bro, it's all, like, computer, like, science, like, weird shit. I'm gonna need someone to explain it to me, more or less.
It's so funny because I'm watching the stream and it's like a little echo of your voice.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Sorry, I didn't say anybody was on, so I wasn't sure, like, if you were there or not. But yeah, I'll show you that little vehicle I was telling you about, my little ship over here, because it is kind of silly. I thought it was silly when I made it, but I don't know. In the stream, you'll see I'm underneath my little floor here, and there's a little square, and that square is what I was referring to earlier as, like, what keeps up with the vehicle to give it, like, it has a force applier on it, which basically it sends the force up here, so it pushes that up. See, so it, like, oh, right now, because it's not on, hold on, it's because the car's not on that it's doing that bouncy shit. Let me turn the yeah, whenever it's not on, it does that weird bounce. Alright, but whenever it's on, it actually, like, hovers. And I actually got it set up pretty cool, man. Like, it shifts, like, I got it set up that when you pull back, it goes up, and it actually fly a little bit, which I wasn't even trying to do it like that, but it turns out it's kind of cool. Like, so right now, as you drive, that little block underneath the map is, like, following the vehicle, basically, and keeping it hovered. And I wanted it this way, as opposed to the fucking floor being the hover part, and I'm driving across the floor that's hovering me. This way, you know, if I went off of one floor to another, it doesn't matter, I'm still hovering. So, But yeah, if I pull back on the ship, like I'll fly up a little bit and I can fly around. It actually works pretty good. Whee! But and that was by accident. Like I wasn't even trying to make it do that flyback. Basically, when I put the gyroscope to make it lean back, like just leaning back and pressing the gas makes it go up. So I was like, that's cool. But yeah, that's just one like little thing I was working on. Dude, I've been working on this tire. So the first that was like one of the first things I wanted to make was a tire that you could drive and was like just really good at driving and really good. Like I'll show you. I'm trying to turn this fucking thing off. There we go. Turn this back on. I got another tire that's a little better than this one because I've been trying to remake that tire basically. But let me grab this one real quick. Yeah, there we go. See, and I actually have the gas set up to fucking, like it actually goes up and shows you the gas. It's really weird right now. I gotta mess with it. It shouldn't be
That's
like.
funny. It shows you the gas, but it's just a tire.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going for. Like I want to be able to well, I like the idea of driving a tire that never fell over, kinda. You know what I mean? But it also leans. Like that's one thing I gotta put back on. I took it off. Hold on. It has a lean for when you lean left and right, so it looks like it's like leaning into the left and right and shit. I unhooked it and I didn't save it last time I closed. So this is my balance. This is all my balance stuff. This is my turning, my left and right, and I'm just gonna hook this into this, and this into this, and then this into this, and this into this. Alright. So basically when I lean left, or when I turn left, it'll lean left. When I turn right, it'll lean right. And whenever I push left or right on the analog stick, it's gonna turn off the gyroscope I have keeping it straight. So it looks like that whenever I turn now. And it actually like, oh no, it's gonna fall over, but it won't. It won't ever fall over. Like, so that's kind of cool.
So what does it look like if you speed it up?
Yeah, I'm
Like you're
speeding
driving
up.
straight and will it stay like that link?
See? Yeah, I mean it does all right. You know what I mean? Like the thing is right now, like I said, it's I gotta play with it a little more. It's a little more slick than I feel like it should be. But the main issue I've been having with the tire is it has this bounce to it, and I can't get rid of that bounce. Like, and that's what I've been working on. I'm trying to get rid of this really bad, like, because the bounce, it like whenever I try to go up some ramps, it bounces a little bit right before I get to the ramp, and it doesn't like roll up the ramp kind of like it should. Well, this is actually working pretty good right now though. Like it's still bouncing slightly, but it doesn't seem as bad as it was earlier.
I mean it is a tire.
Yeah, but I mean I should be able to get that bounce going. The main reason it has the bounce is because I recently see, like right there it bounced up and hit the ramp as opposed to rolling up it. But I recently changed the movement because I had it on a force applier that was sitting at the back of it and forcing it to go forward basically. And I changed that because whenever you have the force applier and it tries to go up a ramp, it won't go up the ramp because the force applier never shifts. Like you know what I mean? Like it doesn't go under, like behind the tire, like underneath it when you're trying to go up a ramp. But when the wheel actually spins, you know, it actually spins up a ramp. Like it actually, like hell, you could drive it up walls usually. Let me see. My other one, you could drive up like a wall real fucking easy, dude. It's really cool actually. I wasn't even trying to do that, but to drive up a wall and like to the left and right of it pretty easy. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get a good wheel, like a good drivable wheel that goes up ramps, jumps off them real nice. And then I was gonna add like a weird trick system where you could rotate it like all crazy and shit, but it will always land, you know, kind of shit. So like it kind of looks cool, like you'll be able to do like twists and something. I don't know. And then I wanted to make like a little tire, maybe drive like driving game. Maybe your tire rolling down a road or some shit, you know, hitting little jumps or something. I don't know. It was you know, simple project, that simple yet obviously, you know, not so simple. So but yeah, let me show you some actual, like, kind of more like this is a space that I've been using to test like vehicles and movement and shit.
Yeah, I feel like physics will probably be the hardest thing to figure out in this game. Like, I've seen a lot of levels where just the walking alone is awkward.
Yeah, it depends on your puppet. I made this game. I don't know if you ever played the hoops. Fucking, this is super easy. Oh, made 2 points. I set up a score, but like the score system was all funky right now. So, and I actually, like, you kind of hear people talking and stuff, which is cool. I just took somebody's like audio. They had some audio of like street noise and shit. So, you know, it's kind of neat. But that's one of the small games I was working on, which is super easy to make. So I got a time trial game that's like plays like Flappy Bird. The way it works is here, let me click on it. It's got a description thing. Let me rewind. Nope, this is the wrong one. Let me exit that. This is the right one. Alright, let me know when you see like the little description of the game pop up.
I see it right here.
Alright, so basically it says it's a time trial. You're just pressing L1 to jump to the up and to the left, and you're pressing R1. I have a K in there. I didn't even notice that. I fucking jumped to the K left.
That K.
I gotta fix that. But anyways, basic, you know, easy concept. Alright, let me go ahead and try this. I'm gonna try to do it as fast as possible. Beat my old record. And press X to start. Alright.
Yeah, because the level design's like not even bad. It's just like if you just added some more like textures to things.
Yeah, this is just
like add a little bit to it. It could be like definitely a playable game.
Yeah, and again, this is just a little, you know, this is all stuff. I'm just template stuff, basically just here to look good. Yeah, for now. This music is really good. I don't know who made it or whatever, but this shit's hard, bro. Getting through these fucking circles. Like, not every time you hit something, it adds 10 seconds. So, and then these balls, man, these things are ridiculous too because they chase you, kinda. The force applier is sometimes it will work with the balls, so they'll get forced up with you. So, it's very sporadic. There you go, 3 minutes 32. That's actually pretty good. But I didn't. That's not like it ain't gonna save that score, which is actually that's probably the best time I've done so far. But what I'm trying to do is I have an arcade like that I was doing. So because I'm making all these mini games, I was like, well, shit, you know, they're little mini games. I might as well add a little arcade space, make a little arcade. You go in there, you have your little fucking arcade cabinets, all that stuff. And then you walk up and you can click on them. The red one is the hoops, yeah, so it takes you to hoops, so you can play some hoops. And this is the level linking that you're talking about. Like literally, there was no loading screen really because it's such a small game, which is really good. So if it's small games, like you just load right in, right out, and then I can exit, go back to the arcade. And over there, you see like there's horses on this wall. There's like a blue wall in the back. And I have horses, and I was gonna make that a horse track, where they move, like they run down it randomly, and you could place like a bet on them, because I don't know, horse tracks, man. Here we go. I made this little kind of asteroid-ish game. Oh shit. Which this is probably the most I animated. Like I actually made the little rocks and like the breaking of them and stuff. Like, which wasn't too bad, and it came out looking okay. I was pretty happy.
Yeah,
But if you, yeah, if you go over here though, like shifts. And then if you touch the walls and shit, like, you'll turn red, and then if you touch them 3 times, you die and go back to start. And then I think I had the Flappy Bird, which is the black one, and then this one is I was making a basically you're fucking bowling basically. Straight. Ah, damn it. The physics are pretty good though. I think I got the pin physics and ball physics down okay. They might shoot like a little too far sometimes. Yeah. But it works for the most part. I mean, you know. I don't have the exit for this one, so I have to close. Like, but yeah, I was doing that because I'm making a bunch of little games for practice and just to have little games made. The one game I got published, I'll show you real quick. It's like, again, it's like a gambling thing. I don't even have the high score though. This guy named Ublin's Revenge got the high score. I'm 4th. So I've been beat by 3 other fucking people. It's so funny too. I tell that to some friends and they're like, "Hey man, why don't you put a little cheat code in there so you can get the top score?" I'm like, "That's fucked, bro. Like, that ain't no fun. I mean, come on." But it's pretty funny. So all the music is made by other people. I've just, you know, they're made by people who let you remix them. But I'll play the songs real quick. They're not too bad. And then the last one by Medium Monster. Alright, so basically I drop these pucks from the top and I get a score. Like as they fall. And a little light up shit. And the middle there is you got like plus 2,500, plus 3,000, lose all points, shit like that. Alright, let's see what I get. Maybe I can beat the high score. You know, I have a sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how many is it? 3?
Yeah, but there is a multi little that blue one is a mini multi-disc, and it will actually shoot little 3-disc out, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I ain't get shit for score. And then these bubbles, dude, are actually, you can actually put prizes in games. So you could like have a you can have like a sculpt that you haven't released. So the music stops. But you can have a sculpt that you haven't released, like say you make a badass sword or something, and you can put it online but unlist it, right? You hide it basically, no one can see it. But you could take it and then put it as a prize in your games. So people win it, then they can use it in their games, which is pretty fucking cool, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and then the last game that I have, everything else is like I have a sculpt of Courage Cowardly. Like this has got the most thumbs up, and it's like I did it really fast, and I mean it came out okay, but I do not feel like I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it deserves all the most likes on my shit, but whatever. I mean it looks alright. But you know, Courage, a lot of people like Courage.
Yeah.
You know? And like I said, it came out okay, especially the face. The face came out pretty damn good, but... Oh, and then Plank. From Ed, Edd n Eddy. He's fucking the easiest character to make in all existence. He's a piece of wood.
Piece of wood, little smile and 2 eyes are good.
For real, man. And then Aqua Teen Hunger Force, I actually made a Nignock and which again, super easy. So, you know, little green fucking pixels basically. Oh, I made the Saiyan pod from Dragon Ball. Like you can actually fly it around and stuff. This was another early like vehicle kind of attempt that I made, but you could rotate it left and right. You can go forward. It's really fast right now, so it shoots off kinda. And then I think the right, yeah, you go up and down with the left analog stick. You go forward with R2, and you go left and right with the right analog stick, and up and down with it. Like, I like the controls. I think these are great controls for flying, man. Like, I can fly around and I feel like I'm always in control, so I really like my control, or the control scheme anyways. Like, but yeah, that came out okay. And then the last game idea I had was this one. This one is the one that it actually starts to slow down once so many cubes get in the. It's not even the cubes, man. It's the text displays. I have text displays. I'm using them as like basically a light source that comes down to show you like where a block is falling.
Yeah.
Like you'll see. Let me. How do I play? Press triangle. Right. Yeah, so all the like little pre-boxes that you see are text displays, and I just stretched them out and made them transparent. Ah, shit. No.
Oh, so you basically gotta not get squished.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun, but see, I'll tell you in just a second. There was a game online that I played that was pretty much this, but it was with stick figures, and it was a 4-player multiplayer like co-op game, and basically you had to outlast the other players, right? Like you had to be the last one not to get squished. And the funniest thing is you could smack the fuck out of the other players. So like the whole point was to run over to them and slap the shit out of them and try to get them squished basically. Oh, dude, I'm fucked, man. I'm like in a hole. Yep, I'm fucked. That's it for me. Well, hold on, let me play it real quick because it'll start to get real slow. Alright. Yeah, that's that music though, slowing down, man. That's the whole scene getting laggy. But that's pretty much all I've done as far as except for I guess ping pong. I tried to make a ping pong, which is again pretty simple, but I gotta I can go back and probably make it a lot better now knowing what I know, because the ball bounce is kind of funky. Sometimes it bounces really good, sometimes it hits the ground and slides across it, shit like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part it works pretty easy. Or pretty decent. But then I made Ed and Eddie's cul-de-sac. You seen Ed and Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made I don't think this is the right one. It's the right one, man, but I had Ed and Eddie music playing. Hold on, let me double check, because I'd like to hear it. Nah, that's a super early one. I don't think it's this one. I think this one's fucking sideways. Yeah. Like, that one's all leaning. Yeah, let me back up. Alright, so I had music. I don't know what the music is. But basically, you know, it like the houses, I did the houses, and they came out really well for trying to resemble the show and shit. At least I think they did.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a lot of fleck just used on shit, basically.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you remembered the word cul-de-sac. I never remember what to call those.
Oh yeah, well I mean I've you know, if you have to look it up to reference pictures, you got to know what the fuck they call it. So you know, I probably wouldn't know if I hadn't recently been looking it up, kind of. But yeah, so it's pretty much the little 5 houses that are right around the cul-de-sac circle. But me and some other Dreams guys are like they like. Are big into the cartoon shows and shit. Like, dude, have you seen the fucking Powerpuff Girls? Like, somebody made, dude. It's amazing, because the Powerpuff Girls like scenery looked really funky in the show, but like the person who did it matched the scenery like perfect, dude. It looks crazy.
I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen a bunch of which one? Oh, South Park ones.
Oh yeah, South Park.
South Park ones.
Yeah, well, somebody made the town, man. Like, and it's really fucking good. Yeah, I made The Office. You seen The Office, right? I told you. Let me see.
Yeah.
My Office does look better, I'd say, than the Office that's already on here, because someone made The Office, but it looks kind of weird, and like It's weird, man. Like her desk here, Pam's desk, looks like it melted and shit. Like they, it's weird, man. But yeah, I made the office. And fucking Mike's fucking the room, you know. Little, you got who's this? Phyllis sitting in her chair. I made the back area here. It's not, you know, it's not finished, but it's pretty good for layout, man. I think I got I had the referee, you know, I was looking at pictures and shit, but I think I got the layout pretty damn accurate. Got Toby's desk. Fucking fuck Toby. But yeah, came out. I didn't make Dwight. Some other people made Dwight, which he came up all right. You know, for Dwight and Dreams looks like.
I mean, you could definitely tell it's him.
Yeah. Oh, and so I had another buddy who wanted to come in and like he collaborated on this with me, and he just wanted to put in a karate chop. So if you come back to this desk over here and press R1, fucking Dwight like karate chops a desk in half. Like, it was so funny because like the dude messaged me like I think after I told him I was making it, and he's like, dude, let me put a karate chop in there. I'm like, what? He's like, just let me do it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, if that's what you want to do, man. So yeah, that's what I mean. Those are more or less what I've been working on. I mean, on and off, just a lot of learning shit.
Yeah, just testing a bunch of things.
Yeah, trying to get like, you know, basically whenever I get the like the look I want for something, and I make all the sculpts or whatever, I get all the shit ready to start, like, you know, make everything look nice and everything. I'll have the like logic and shit down to know it. Just bam, throw the logic in there real fast. You know, so that's kind of what I'm happy about. Like I'm learning the logic pretty well. Recently, right before you got on, I was trying to figure out, like I was trying to make a whack-a-mole game or something, right? But I was trying to make it where you actually control the hammer with your controller. So like, I mean, god damn it. It hasn't been going very well. Damn it, it fell into the fucking... Okay. Like, I gotta grab this fucking thing. Okay. Trying to... So, like, I want to say, if you rotate... You can't see it right now, because I don't have it set up right. I was playing with it, and I stopped messing with it to work on something else. But basically, I was trying to get this to work like a whack-a-mole, so you hover over the spots, or not hover over them, but you move the controller where you want to be, and then you whack, you know, move, whack.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, like I had it working pretty good earlier.
Is there a way for you to connect it to your PlayStation's like gyroscope, so you can like swing the actual controller?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll show you that real quick.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, what I was trying to do is, this is a mover, right? So the advanced mover, I wanted to move. I want the controller to move, to be able to move to the right and left and forward and backwards. Let me go ahead and do that. So let me see. Forward and backwards is Z, right and left is X. Okay, so I want Z and X. Like that. Yeah. So A, B, C in here, this splitter is splitting up the gyroscope. The gyroscope has 3 different things, A, B, and C. I guess one's for, like, you know, tilt, one's for lean, whatever. Anyways, that's what I've been trying to figure out, which A, B, and C, because they don't really tell you. You just kind of got to put one in there and see which one it is.
Yeah.
Let me do that real quick. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. See, it's actually moving. Like, I plugged it in. As soon as I plugged it in, like, you could see the numbers going up and down. Let me try to find out which is, when I move it, which is it. Okay, so it's only going to go up to 5. But it's... Okay, so this is tilt. So A is tilt. I need to write this shit down, man, because I'm going to forget. Like, A is tilt. Alright. Let's be. Okay, it's not tilt. It's weird. So the first one was that tilt. Okay, I think this one is left and right tilt, maybe. Yeah, this gyroscope. Okay, so you know what it is? Like it is left and right, and it works better if I hold my controller up like I'm driving it. Which, dude, it feels really good for like if it was a racing game, like tilting it like this. Like the response looks really good for it. Which now makes me want to go make a racing game. Or at least fuck around with it. Alright, let me, like that little ship I was hovering earlier, like I could have that bitch fucking using my controller. Alright, let me see what this last one is. Ooh, no, this is my tilt. And what the hell was the other one? This is definitely my tilt, man. That number, those are going way up when I tilt the controller. Okay, so C is my tilt, so that's left and right. See, it's strange, because I'm not trying to go left and right with the controller, or I am, but I'm trying to give a realistic movement of the controller, so I would apply all three of those. Let me see what B is again. It's weird figuring it out, man, because I'm like, is it up and down? It's not up and down. Okay, it's not left and, I mean, shit, it looks like it's left and right, man. It's going up really high for that too, but I don't know. Well, like, let me do A for tilt. So let's say a tilting makes it go forward and backwards. Forward is my Z, right? I believe, yeah, Z. So it needs to be on Z. Z's down here. Z doesn't go up when I tilt. So let me go ahead and put this up. Okay. Let me go ahead and drop this. So while I'm holding it, if I there you go. See, it's moving back and forth. I gotta turn the mover on and off. Watch, it's not gonna fucking move now, is it? No, there it goes. Okay, so if I tilt it back, it's moving back. If I tilt it forward, it's moving forward. So, see, that's working off the that axis. But what I want is I want the controller to move forward when I move the controller forward. I don't know if it can sense that, though. I don't think it can. I think it can only sense where it's at. Like, I couldn't, like I'm saying I couldn't take my controller, hold it to my chest, and move it, like extend my arms out in front of me. I don't think that would do anything.
Well, is there a way to connect it to your little guy?
To my imp?
Yeah, it's the imp.
Yeah, but you notice...
If you connect it to him...
Well, if you notice my imp, when I move my controller forward, away from me and back to me, he doesn't move forward. Like, I'm saying forward as in, like, out to the distance.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I thought maybe there would just be more, like, free-range movement if you're able to, like, have him... like, know how, like, it connects to the person.
Yeah, well, see, what I got going on here, and I'll tell you the reason, like, I got it the way I do, is because, the problem I was having earlier is the camera... if I connect the camera to, well, no, that wasn't the issue I had. Hold on, let me see here. There's a reason I did it this way, because like I can go here and I'll go ahead and I'll force the imp back in there, because I was using the remote control, which basically just doesn't possess it, but it allows you to take control of whatever, you know, like my controller's here, but I'm still messing with stuff on the object up here. But if I move it to possess it, I have to have the controller on the object. and then I mean, it works the same way. Uh, it just,
The
I mean,
camera.
yeah, the camera, like, see, well, when I went far too back, it doesn't matter. It would have did the same. Like, really, the camera doesn't matter right now. So I'm kind of wondering why you know, why I didn't have it like this in the first place. But I know the remote controllable does help in a lot of cases because the camera tends to follow the imp. So when you have
Yeah.
something possessed and you want to take it from one camera to another, if it loses the imp inside of the camera, it'll automatically go back into the imp camera. And if you don't want that, the best way to stop it is to remote control the puppet and then take the imp like off the screen, basically.
Yeah. Try to go back and just connect all the gyroscopes to the thing. Cause I think you just have it on C right now.
So you're saying, oh yeah. So here I'll connect. Well, so what I have going on right here is that's my tilt. So when I tilt my controller down and then like back, kind of, it's moving it forward and backwards. So what I'd want to do is I think this is my left and right. So I'd want this to be my X, and I want it to move. Like, let's say that. So now whenever I'll move forward, but see, I'll also move kind of left and right. So see, it looks okay. Like, it looks like it kind of works like the way I'm talking, but I want to be able to smash. Like, I want to be able to like use my controller to smash down, kind of.
Yeah.
So
No, I understand, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how I would.
So the axis needs to be on like the bottom of the hammer then, for it to get that leverage. But then I don't know.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, they have a grab, which I was trying to grab at first. So here, I'll show you. Like, let's see, maybe we can figure this out. So I'm just gonna do this because the grab is like super simple. So basically, let's see. If I go in here and I go to properties, it has a grab option, so you can grab the object. Now, when I grab the object, the problem is that I'm having right now is the imp. Like, the object it's heavy, kinda. So when it plays, well, right now it's not moving. Let me turn the movement back on. So yeah, when I go to grab it, it has a weight, and I'm trying to grab the. Shit.
It kind of just like flails around when you grab the bottom of it.
Well, I'm trying to get the bottom of it. There we go. See, like, I can kind of control it. So like now I got it how I need it, you know, and I can I tilt forward? I could set it up that when I tilt forward, it like goes forward. I think I have a gyroscope on it right now. Hold on, let me. Or no, I deleted everything, right? Yeah, no, I don't got a gyroscope on it. What the fuck? Maybe it's because I'm not playing it. Let me play it. Yeah, you see like how it's like frailing around and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. There's like a weight to it. So, you know, I would think, okay, well, let's try to get rid of the weight, right? Because, I mean, if there's no weight to it, I should be able to move it around freely, kind of how I want to. So, let's see. The first thing I did was I took away the gravity on it. I was like, well, if there's no gravity, then it shouldn't weigh anything, right? So I went ignore gravity, and then I turned it down. Like, the density is really low. Oh wait, 100% is something like still, 2% is something like feathers or some shit. Okay. Let's try this now, see if it's... So now it's floating because there's no gravity on it. But see, it's still fucking, there's a weird pull when you go to move an object.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I could do? Hold up. Okay. So I could just have it where, well, see, now that's back thinking the other way. I don't know. I think I'd have better luck doing it the other way I was doing it, where I was adding the gyroscope to it, because grabbing, unless there's another way, like, I can turn gravity, like, all the way down, but, I mean, there's no gravity on that fucking thing, so technically it doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I would
So
think.
you couldn't just put a gyroscope straight on the hammer and then just do
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. Let me try that. Yeah. I had one on it earlier, and it was keeping it straight up. Pretty good. Let me. And like it won't tilt over basically, which is not too bad. But it's still there's still like that lag there. Like if I could, this wouldn't be too bad if it was quick enough. Because then I can have like up and down on the left stick, just make you go forward and backwards, but you'd still be able to kind of control where, you know what I mean, where you are, and
Yeah.
then you can actually whack with your fucking hand or something. But again, it's that pool, man. I don't know what's up with that pool. I'm wondering if there's a way to edit grab settings. You know, you think there would be. It's something to do with the
Yeah.
gravity. Right? Uh, let me see if there's anything to do with the imp. First, let me grab the. Where's the world? Global settings. Because global settings has a gravity setting, and I'm gonna turn gravity off in there and see everything's gonna fucking start floating. Right. No, it's still very pulley. None of this other stuff matters. Allow imps, that don't matter. Nope. See, and I'm not even sure where to look. The only grab thing I know of that does anything to do with grab is a grab sensor. And you can, it senses when something is grabbed. Hovered, imp stretch. Wait, what is this? Imp stretch. Okay, see it says, well no, yeah, it says the tension from the imp currently grabbing the connected object. The more the player pulls, the stronger the signal. No, so it's saying that's just like, when I pull it, it's going to make this light up and be able to send a signal out of it. But it said tension, so I'm wondering like where the hell, I mean if there's tension then I can turn it down, right? What the fuck? I would think it would be in the camera settings or or the controller settings, because that's where all the, like there's a lot of imp settings in there. Oh, I guess imp is short for important. Okay. Okay, what is this? Allow imp, okay. Force possession, depossession. That's just visuals. Possessed, player ownership, microphone, respawn. Yeah, see, there ain't nothing in there about fucking doing anything with the imp. Again, the only thing in there is the gyroscope, which I guess is technically the imp. Oh, you know what? What does my imp do? So it goes up whenever I tilt it up. It goes down when I tilt it down. Okay, I can move it to the left and right, and I can tilt it to the left and right. So one of those had to have been moved left and right, and the other one's tilt left and right. Because see, he actually tilts left and right. Okay, well, cool. So I have a move left and right, a turn left and right, and a tilt left. Or I'm sorry, a turn forward and backwards and a tilt left and right. So I move left and right. But I can't see, so that keeps me from being able to move forward.
Yeah.
You know, without making it the tilt forward rotation. So then it takes away my whack basically. Unless there's a way that you can like move the sensor really fast. You know what I mean? Like move it and like it will send like a signal. That'd be cool, but I don't know. Anyways, like I don't think I'm willing to work on this for right now. But it seems simple. Like I could make it simple where you just fucking move it around and then press L1 to whack. Like that was easy.
Yeah.
Like I did that earlier, but I was like the whole purpose of this project was to like see if I could make a fucking, you know, something that you actually use the controller to hit stuff and whatnot. It'd probably be better if you were doing it for like ping pong or something, because then all you got to do is just move left and right. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Yeah.
And then you could tilt to actually whack. You don't have to. Well, no, you need to go up and down. I guess you could press L1 to whack, and just that'd be fine. So.
All right, man. I actually got to get ready for work.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I feel you, man. I feel you. I'm gonna be probably jumping off here pretty quick. Maybe. But it was good talking with you, man. I'll be on later tonight if you get on.
Yeah, I'll be on like afternoonish, evening.
Was it 5 more days, man? 5 more days? 4 more days? 5 more days?
3 days and some
3 days.
hours.
3 days.
It comes out for me Thursday at
12.
9 p.m.
Well, for you 9. Is that okay?
West Coast. Yeah.
Okay. Is that would that be 12 for me, or 11 for me?
I mean, if you're, it depends on what time you are. If you're Central 11, if you're East Coast, it'd be midnight. Mountain time, you'd be 10 o'clock.
Well, yeah, but my point is like, or what I'm trying to make is like the it's always 12, right? Like I'm saying.
No. It's.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was saying like the latest date is 12, right? That it releases, but for people on one side it releases at 11 because they're an hour ahead. But I'm saying it never releases anywhere at 1 o'clock, right? Or am I wrong?
I don't. Well, actually, yeah, probably like Iceland or something.
Okay. Anyways, I don't know what I'm getting at here. I'm tired.
But yeah, no, it's a different time everywhere.
Yeah,
but most games usually based off East Coast midnight.
Okay, well that's what I meant based off. So they go by whatever East Coast midnight is. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's what most games do.
Yeah, because I get shit here at 11, which is 12 for East Coast people, I guess. Or
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
All right, man. Well, let me know if you get that to work.
Yeah, I'll probably, again, if I do it, I'll probably try the ping pong or something. I think that'd be easier. Like, again, I could make the gyroscope. If I get the gyroscope working pretty good, I'll let you know.
All right, man. I'm out of here.
All right, man. Have a good day at work, man. Work too hard.
Hopefully not. It's a Monday, so.
We'll see.
All right, man. I'll see you.
Later. What the hell, man? That's a black motherfucker. For real? Jesus. Oh, wait, go back. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, man?
I'm fine.
Yeah, sorry, I saw your message. I didn't have my headphones in.
I thought you was FK.
No, I was still like I'm over here trying to animate something.
I'm saying. First of all, I want to apologize. My English is
No,
not good, so I probably ask you to.
no, you're fine, man. No worries.
I came. Okay, thank you. I came this morning. I think my morning. You were in Polonia with many people. It was like you talking alien in sunset.
Uh,
Back
okay,
in Japan.
gotcha.
So you playing Dreams for a long time?
Since its release, but I mean, I've just been recently learning the logic, like learning how to do the logic. Um, so I just been learning a lot, but I've been playing since the alpha came out.
Oh, like several years.
No, the alpha I don't think has been out for like several years, maybe a year, maybe a little over.
I guess you learned a lot from this year of playing.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good amount. Not too bad. Like, I have no
Do you
idea
have
about animating.
any level or thing you posted on Dreams so I can see what you did?
I got a few things posted. If you just look up my name, you see what I got posted. I mean, I only have like one game, and it's more like a gambling kind of game, but.
I will try to find you on Dreams.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me delete this guy and see if this guy looks good. What? That's weird.
Did you knew the game called Game Globe or Project Spark?
Not sure. You said Project Spark?
Yes, Project Spark
I think.
from
Uh-huh.
it was a game from Microsoft.
I think I heard of it a while back, but
It's
I can't
pretty
remember it too much.
it's pretty similar to Dreams. With nice mechanic, just like Dreams. But I don't know why the project ended. And Game Globe, it was the first game like Dreams from Square Enix.
Oh, okay. Square Enix, yeah, they're pretty
Yeah,
good.
but I don't know why it's the same thing to Project Spark. The project has ended also. So I'm wishing it will not have the same for Dreams.
Oh yeah, no. I think Dreams like will be around for at least a couple of good years, like at least 5, at least. They're talking about 10 years, but I would say at least 5.
Because Project Spark also it had a great and big community, just like Game Globe.
Mhm. Well, yeah, hopefully like Dreams, like yeah, trying to get community people, making stuff together and whatnot.
Yeah. So how I can find you on the game?
You can search for Madrox18, Maddrox 18.
I don't even know how to search for someone.
Oh, okay. Okay, I mean, you're on the game, right? I can send you something, huh? Here, I'll send you my game. How about that? Don't save. Let me see, where's it at? Yeah, you try to get the high score. Like, I don't have the high score, like, but it's gambling, so.
Oh, I think I found you. Yeah. Oh, rats. Level 110. Super Mario. Try that.
Oh, that's not, so that's like something I'm collabed with, but I haven't made anything for that game. Someone just like added me. Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't do any work on that. um,
Let's try something else.
you should add me in Dream so I can, add you back, or follow me, or something like, oh, wait, there we go.
I followed you.
I gotcha.
Rugrats is for you.
No, no, again, I didn't work on that. Same shit, like, someone put me on that, let me see real quick, I'll tell you what
Let's see your dog.
yeah, I made the dog, like, he's alright, well, from a show, again, probably nothing too impressive, the one, how the hell, that's photos, oh, here we go, there's one should be called, like, Light Bright or something like that, Light Bright Plinko, that's a game, here, I'll send it to you again since I added you, okay, send to you. Yeah, there's only 2 prizes, and like, cause I haven't really messed with it after I released it, kinda, cause like I fell off for a minute, and then I just recently got back on, so like I'd have to update it and stuff. But again, it's it's like gambling. It's just getting points basically. Nothing special. Well, let me go. Have you made anything? Let me see.
I might just like a rocket launcher. That's all.
A rocket launcher? Okay, that sounds cool. Like, okay. Does it actually fire, or is it just like the sculpt?
It fires.
Okay. Go to my notifications.
I got the game.
Oh, damn.
Like 1 month.
Okay, yeah, the rocket launcher looks cool. Let me check those out.
But it have some bugs in it. I don't know why. If I put the launcher on a character, like can use it.
Oh,
Some part of the
okay.
launcher that goes around. I don't know why.
Hold on, you're saying when you put it on a character, what happens?
You see on the front of the rocket launcher the
Handle?
rotating things.
Oh, yeah, the things that rotate.
When I click on the character and I try to move, and the front part they fall on the ground. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. So it might be because you're turning move on, right? Because whenever you put them on the character, you're telling them to move, and because they're moving, they're falling. Because you got them rotating, they're not attached to the actual rocket. I think that might be what's going on. I'm not sure. One way to fix it though, if you're trying to fix it, you could attach.
Yeah, I have to remake all the things.
Gotcha. Yeah. See, and it would be, it's one of those things I'd have to check it.
If I don't try to fire, the whole rocket launcher move with the character.
Oh.
There's no problem. But when I try to fire, the front part start to falling. But it's really weird because when I stop to fire, let's say the front part is half between the rocket launcher and the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and we continue to fall
Uh,
really well.
yeah, to fall through the ground. I'm looking at it right now. It's cool you made it remixable. I'm just checking out. Okay, I see how you got it rotating. Okay, you got it rotating with some rotators. Okay.
And I think it's not the best way to do what I wanted to do.
Okay, so it's set up right. Like when I turn movement on, it all moves at the same speed, so it should be good. Oh wait, nope. When I touched it, it broke apart. Okay. So yeah, so what I'm thinking's going on is, let me see. Okay, so you need to turn on. So like right now, I clicked on the whole rocket launcher, right? And I opened up the menu and I clicked the move to move. So it falls. Well, hold on. Maybe that's not right. Let me double check here, because I know the rotators. Yeah. So see, the rotators are still, even though I turned the move on for the whole rocket launcher, the rotator sculpts are still not movable. So whenever it falls, they're breaking, I believe, is what's going on. Let me tell them all to move. I want to say that I might fix it. Yeah, sometimes it's annoying when you gotta scope into everything to tell it to do stuff. Let me zoom in here. I like he added like they look like bolts. It's pretty cool.
I'm trying your Super Saiyan mod.
Oh yeah, that's not too bad. I like the flying controls more than anything, because like I feel like the left analog stick makes you go up and down, R2 makes you go forward, L1 and R1 rotates the pod, like rotates it left and right, and then the right analog stick turns it. So I mean, once you get used to the controls, I feel like they're pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm also trying to figure out how to make a good controllable vehicles, and it's pretty hard.
A good controllable what?
What?
I'm sorry, you said you were trying to make a good controllable what?
Vehicles.
Vegas?
Yeah, like a hoverboard or
Oh. Yeah.
what's the name? VX.
I mean,
That's not the name.
I get a hover card and stuff like that. I'm not sure what what word, like, I'm not sure what the word is. Maybe it's not a commonly. It might be a commonly used expression for, I guess, a hoverboard or something. I mean, hoverboard is that what you're like? That sounds perfect if you're talking about a hoverboard.
Just a second. Go to Google Translate my best friends for English.
Oh, no worries.
Where you from?
From America. I'm in Texas.
Oh,
It's alright. You know.
vehicle in English. V-E-H.
Oh, vehicle. Got you. Sorry. See,
I'm sorry, I have English.
no worries.
Terrible English.
No, it's actually really good.
Vehicle. You spell it vehicle, right?
Yeah, it's vehicle. Well, we say V, like we stretch out the E part, and then hickle, like just hi and cool. Yeah, vehicle. There you go. Perfect. That's good. That's what it means.
Trying to figure out how to make a good vehicle. Like
Mhm.
I made a train, but acting like a hovercraft, like
Yeah, I got you. I have a kind of hovering vehicle right now. In one of my scenes, because I was actually like the only way the way I was making it hover before is I was making the entire ground. I was putting a force applier on the ground and telling it, yeah, and telling it to push whatever's on the ground up a little bit. That's one way to do it, but the reason that I kind of like didn't like that is because if like you had a ramp, you know, you would have to put a second force applier down and then put it in the angle of the ramp, which could work. I mean, that's not a bad way to do it. It was weird. I wanted the vehicle to have its own hover, basically. Um,
You can put the force applier on the bottom of your vehicle.
well, see, now here's the issue when you put the force applier on the vehicle, it moves with the vehicle. So when you put the force applier on the bottom of the vehicle, when you put the when you tell it to go up, right? It goes up, but it continues to go up because it's not. Yeah, it's not pushing it away from the force applier. It's the force applier is constantly pushing it up. So that there's no way to have the force applier on the car and tell it to push the car because it will constantly push the car like over and over and over again. So there's a way I did it where I put a follower, the follower logic. I put it on a square and I told it to follow underneath my vehicle. So yeah, and on that square that's underneath my vehicle, there's a force applier forcing my vehicle up. So now wherever I go, there's basically a force underneath me following just my car, which is kind of what I wanted. But I can't go up and down because if I let it go up and down, it constantly goes up. So like I can't really go up a ramp right now. Like I got to figure out how to sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I mean, that's the program I gone through. So when I started, I wanted to make this or that or anything, you know.
Mhm.
But each time you figure out that you need to master a certain logic of let's say like for vehicle, you need to understand everything about it.
Uh-huh.
So you can start to make what you really want.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
So that's why I stopped to make things, and I mainly focus on trying everything, like all the logics until I understand everything. The thing is when I try to make like my first vehicle, I spent many time to understand why it doesn't working. It should be work like this, but it work like that, and you spend more time trying to fix the bugs and things. And
Yeah, I know what you mean because you're trying to get it to work a certain way, and you know you're changing a lot of different variables that are affecting it. So you know, like gravity plus movement plus rotation plus location plus it's a lot of different things you're altering. So yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
so when you don't know every features, let's for you hover.
Hmm.
Since you don't know every features, you probably will take away that is more longer than another feature if you knew it. You get what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're definitely gonna take longer. Like, that's what I kind of been doing. Basically, you try to make a hover car. Like, this is probably like the fourth or fifth hover thing I've tried to make. You know what I mean? So, since it's like the 5th time I've tried to make it, every time I remake it, I make it better and better and better. And I'm trying to get to the point where there's nowhere to get better, because once you're at pretty much the best you can do, then you can start to round out how you're gonna be okay with how it works, kind of. So what I mean is, like, recently I just found like the proper way to do gas, you know, to have it increase the gas of a vehicle and then decrease the gas, like go 1 2 3 4 5 and then go, you know, 5 4 3 2 1. So, you know, I just learned that, so that's probably the best way to do that. Like, there's no other way in the game to probably, if you're looking for that specific kind of, you know, logic for like a gas power up or whatever. Like, there you go. Like, you can increase it and decrease it with that setup, basically. But anyways, yeah, it's a lot of learning. Like, there's a lot of learning in here. Like, I'm trying to see if I can make your rocket launcher on a puppet work. R2, let's put that here, let's put this here. And I need the square to go. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Alright, so I got your rocket launcher hooked up to the right controller with the puppet. Now let me see about sticking it in the puppet. This is where it's going to get funky.
Yeah, and when I tried to attach it to a character, I took the rocket launcher and I resized it too small.
Oh yeah, that's what I did. I resized it.
And I think when you like now I tried to make just a basic square to try the hover, and I put another little square to point the front.
Whoa!
I moved straighter, the 2 square was moving, and now I don't know what I did. Only 1 square moved and the other one fell on the ground. Just like the rocket launcher, once I resized it, it started to have glitch.
Okay. I don't know, that seems strange. I don't think it's the resize, because I mean, I've resized a bunch of stuff and it's like, it hasn't really glitched. It depends on how small you do it. Like, because I know with the puppet, you can go really small, but if you go too small, you'll break the puppet. So,
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with like most of everything.
You need to start with the proper size from the beginning, I guess.
Well, what I say is a good way to do it is to shrink the puppet down as small, like basically break the puppet, but right where you break the puppet, make it a little bit bigger, right? Basically big enough to where like you're right before you break it, and then try to model stuff around that size, because the smaller you can model stuff, the bigger you can have like a map. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like the smaller you are, the bigger a square will look. So if you're trying to make a big like open world or something, that's probably the better way to do it. Yeah, I'm trying to see like what's up with this rocket launcher set. I think it's got to do with movement. I think there's something going on with the movement with the rocket launcher, because it's fine if it's stationary, but as soon as you tell it it can move, stuff wants to break apart. Hold on, I think I know what it is. I don't think you have everything shifted in right, kinda. Hold on. Alright. I gotta click all these. Come on. Alright. Oh no, I know exactly what it is, dude. So here's what it is. It's colliding, bro. You have it colliding, like that rotation thing is it's rotating, but it's hitting the rocket launcher. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta make it non-collidable, basically. That's all you gotta do. I swear that's it. Because I know exactly, because I have this issue before. That's like, as soon as I thought of that, yeah, that's most likely it, man. I'm gonna see if it fixes it right now.
Also, mate, can I share? Is it just you?
Yeah, you could send something to me if you want me to look at something. Basically, you'll save it, upload it, but upload it as private, and then you can send it to me like anything else.
I started to make a mech.
A mech, like a robot?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so I see like you like the futuristic type stuff. Yeah, because this rocket launcher looks really dope, like for what it looks like. All right, let me see. I think this fixed it. Let's see. Oh, hold on. It still fell off, but let me look at it. Oh man, yeah, I like the sci-fi stuff. Like, I'm really into the sci-fi. That's probably my favorite shit. You know, Star Wars over Lord of the Rings, you know, stuff like that. Like, but yeah, futuristic sci-fi stuff's pretty awesome.
Cyberpunk. So,
Oh yeah, Cyberpunk 2020, waiting for that. Keanu Reeves is up in there.
steampunk.
Steampunk? Yeah, steampunk's cool. That's where like you be using coal and shit, right? Like
The project did you pass by there's a game called CG something. It's like a SimCity.
On Dreams?
You can build
Oh yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. You put down like the little buildings and they automate. Yeah, that was really good.
like something similar to this, but cyberpunk.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Like you know what's an idle game?
Idle Gate.
Yeah, I mean like you have to dig ores like iron and zinc. Then like when you have 100 iron, you can build a furnace or
You can build a furnace. Oh, it's like a survival game.
yeah, but more than the little game like the city game from Dreams.
Okay, so you want to build something similar to the city game, but more cyberpunk, futuristic.
Yeah, more cyberpunk and with some crafting aspect, you know, like you can buy you need to look for the name in English.
Yeah, Lord Gus, I gotta group it up. Well, that's what I've been doing, right? Like, it's like, it's weird, because, sorry, someone was talking about the thing. Let me make sure I'm doing this. Let me back out.
Like
What the hell? There we go.
machine. Like you can buy a drilling machine. You on the
Why
map
can't...
you have to find some block of rocks.
There we
You
go.
put the drilling machine on the rocks, and it will extract ores like metal.
Oh, okay, so harvesting, like resourcing.
Yeah, with some resources, and so you can
Okay.
cyber. But I know
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm like right there with you, man. Let me make sure.
Il met des tons of logic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, it's really just emitters, more or less. Hold on. If it's its own item, you have to take off movable. Okay, so let's take off movable. Oh, I think I gotta. Do I gotta group these up first? Let me do that. Okay, movable is off. So movable's off. This is grouped up. I'm gonna take this group, go into this group, and put it here, right? So now it's grouped up, and I grouped it with the rocket launcher. So now I'm gonna back out the rocket launcher. So it should all be grouped up. Like it shouldn't be collidable. I turned all the collidable off, so it shouldn't hit nothing. Yeah, now let me see. It's grouped. Nah, see, yeah, it keeps falling. That's so weird. So it's when you press R2 though. Let me see if it's something to do with pressing R2. Maybe R2's doing something. Let me see. So I press R2. I hit this. Turn the timer on. Okay, I see that. I hit this. This just goes to rotators. Oh, wait a minute. I think maybe it's because you don't have local space on. Yeah. You got to turn on local space to the attached object rather than the scene. I think that might be it. Let me see if that's it. So local space is pretty important in a lot of things. Again, this might not be it, but let me see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't shift the damn rotation. No, it looks to be okay. No, it's still falling though. Okay, I still think you want local space on. Double check. It's like flying off. Is it because of rotator? Let me see. It shouldn't be because of rotator. Rotator should just rotate it. Moves off on it. If it's its own item, you have to take. Okay, I did. What's the the emitters for the gun? What's the timeline playing? Sound effects. Nope. What's that? What's that keyframe? Oh, okay. So that's the orb that shoots out of it. Okay. Okay, it looks pretty basic. I mean, like nothing too crazy. What is this one doing? Okay. Let me see if... So when I press R2... Yeah, collides off. You notice when I press R2, that's when it starts to move. So what's making it move like that?
I can't understand. Probably the rotator.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. It's something to do with R2. Let me see what you got hooked up to R2. Like, the thing is, though, the rotator, the rotator shouldn't move the object any, you know what? I could just place a, what do you got this set up to? The entire rocket? I want to say I could just place a mover on it, but then I don't think it would move with the, like I could place a mover on it and tell it not to move, but I don't think it would move with the puppet if I did that. I don't think. Again, all your rotators should be fine. But when I press R2, what's the other R2, or what's it going to? Okay, so we got that. It's going to that. This is going to all these plus, okay, plus this, which is playing. I think it's got to do maybe with something to do with one of the keyframes. Because keyframes are very funky, especially if you're playing them. I'm saying like the keyframe could be the like what's making something fall, I want to say.
Oh yeah.
But I'm trying to make sure. Like, what the hell, man? How you gonna like game? What the heck? It won't let me play it if it's unpaused, but I can play it if it's paused. Weird. Okay. Anyways, that's not it.
And you see, that's the main problem. Since you don't know every features of the game, you can't really understand what happened, and you spend times and times to fixing things.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of like how you get it, you get it lodged in your head, kind of. You got to go over and over again until it's like secondhand.
So I thought it's better to go without for the futures and start making things.
So, yeah, let me... Huh? No, I mean, dude, it's a lot of learning. That's all I've been doing is learning shit. But early on, yeah, dude, it's just gonna be a lot of trial and error. You know what I mean? So let me take it out of the puppet here. So, well, I want to say it should work. Yeah, see? So it rotates. It's still broke, kinda. But it's not, since it's not attached to the puppet, it's not moving off exactly. But it's not moving either, like it's not a moving object now, which is strange. I don't know how the rotator's broke. Let me rewind to like way before this. Yeah, it's very strange, right? You need a gear there, like a bolt. You're saying like you can't rotate, like is that the only way for him to do it like that? I feel like you could rotate stuff within stuff, and so you can't have something rotating and moving. No? You can have something rotating and moving at the same time, right? Damn, that's a weird one. I feel like that's a yes, but it could be a no. Yeah, gear. Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. I figured like you could do that. I was wondering if like again, I figured like this should be able to rotate and stay with the rocket and stuff without a gear, but it might not. I mean, alright, so that's how he has it. Let me try one thing. I just want to know if I turn movement on for the whole thing and try it, if that also messes it up. Yeah, see, that breaks it as well. Why in that? Wait, why the hell is it? Stop it. Damn it. Damn it. Freeze. Okay, this thing... Okay, there we go. Now let me move it again. Jeepus. Yeah, so, see, it's when it's movable, or whenever it senses that it's gonna move, it just drops those damn things. So okay, so, well, they can't be movable. Let me make sure they're not movable. Because I know for a fact, like, they shouldn't be able to move. Yeah, because they're scoped in, but we don't want them moving. So they're not movable. That's what we want. Now, let me make sure they're scoped in properly, which they appear to be. Oh, also not collidable. Collidables, okay, turn that back off. There, well, no, I mean, that kind of worked. It stayed with it until it impacted the ground. So, oh, I'm not pressing it, so it's only when I press it too, though. Very strange. Alright, man, yeah, dude, that rocket launcher, like, I'd say you might... he says put a gear on it. Like, I guess take the rotators off of the parts you want to rotate, and stick a gear on it instead, and have the gear rotate. That way the gear can be connected to it. You'd have to do it from like a center point though. Whatever the... like gears, like they're good. Sometimes they can be a little tough with like figuring out how to attach them. Plus, like, it has to be where it needs to be for me to attach it, so I need to go like inside this thing. And I don't even know if I can attach it from where I'm at. The effect of the power may be pushing it off somehow. Yeah, I hear you, man, but it is strange, because, like, you know, from the looks of everything, you'd think it was pretty good, like, but I know what you mean, like, it could be any, just maybe one too many rotators, and they're battling each other, so they're pushing off one another or something. I mean, I don't know. Oh, the effects itself? Okay, give me a second. Let me see if I can't at least put a bolt on here. Like, see, there's not even anywhere to attach it. It'd have to be... like, I'd have to fucking attach it here and, like, here. Would that work? I don't think that worked. No, that didn't work. Okay, yeah, let me look at the effects themselves. Okay, so let's see. We got controller going into a signal manipulator, which is telling the timer to come on, which is... what is the timer doing? You can put a visible ball in the middle of it. Oh, right. You're so right. I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna delete that timer, because, like, I don't know if I'm crazy, but that timer doesn't appear to be doing anything. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, it ain't doing nothing. You have a reset to it, but it's not hooked up to nothing, so I don't know. It's not resetting anything, I don't believe. Let me see. Let's go ahead and make that not movable again. So you got your rotators again. Let me see what's going on with these. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. That shouldn't rotate like that, right? Is local space on? No, we gotta turn local space on. I think, I'm not 100% sure about local space with this. I think you need it on, but with just, since you got it stationary, I'm not 100% if it matters or not. Your rotation does look, like off though. Let me see how to fix that. Hey, what up, Ghostin? It's good, bruh. Oh. Well, yeah, well, that's what I was looking at, but I couldn't see it because the damn thing wouldn't play whenever. He's got 2 timelines, I think, that are actually doing some kind of effect. Let me see. Yeah, this has a keyframe, and the keyframe, well, this is just for an orb. So he's got a keyframe for the orb, like whenever you charge it, like the keyframed orb pops up, I guess. And then he has a keyframe for sound. Oh, no worries. He's got a timeline for, again, the ball effect, more or less. That's none of the effects seem to coincide with the rotation thing. Like the rotation is the rotators. But he has 4, which I don't know why he has 4. He should only have 1 rotator rotating the entire object. Yeah. Let me go ahead and... Right, but he's got, what's these rotators hooked up to? Oh, that's just the rotation, okay, wait, what? Does he have them specifically targeting just those 2 objects? Oh, okay, so he put them on those and then he stuck them in here. Okay, so yeah, so both of these, so let me do that, let me delete, let me group this object to 1. Oh, oops. Alright, so let me put a rotator on it after I tell it to group. Rotate. Alright, open that. Make sure the rotation's good. Yeah, this might fix it, man. I think like the way you had the rotators might have been just a little, they might have been like fighting each other basically because you had them all going at once. Yeah, well, like if you try to rotate something one way and rotate it the opposite, it's gonna start glitching out. So basically what, like instead of rotating, see like you had each individual object rotating at the same time, you could have just grouped them together and then rotated the entire thing at once, which is what I'm kind of fixing for you now. Let me see if this works. The rotator's on there, I ain't worried about that. Let me go ahead and back out. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. It's just because it's not hooked up, but I changed the wrong rotator. My bad. Go and fucking turn on. Goddamn. Grid snap real fast so I could turn it back off later. And that didn't work. Hold on, let me turn grid snap back off because it's not angling right. Okay. Let's see. Alright, it kind of rotates how you want it. I gotta fix it though, it's a little off. I hate whenever everything's off of the freaking grid, man, so it's hard to snap everything back on in the right spot. Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, I know how to use it. I just wish, again, I wish like there was, you could turn it off and on real fast, because it's just, that's, yeah. Yeah, let me see if this, no, I'm trying to attach it to this grid. Okay, let's see if that works. There we go, there we go. I don't know if that's 100% right, but see, man, like this, like I turned grid on to fix that, but now like I gotta turn it off because I can't move the damn logic fucking thing because the grid's on and it's too big, so it snaps it like all around and shit. It's annoying. Anyways, no, it's tilted too much, but I just gotta go down with it. So let me put precise on and shit, man. Getting it like exactly precise is kind of difficult. Nah, it's still rotating at an angle. Let me see. I'm not rotating the right one, I don't believe. Or I'm rotating two, I think. Yeah, because I still have the other one hooked up on, yeah, we should be good. It should be good there now. It's not my rotator, it's this rotator, because this one, remember, all his rotators were all, had the weird angles. I was trying to fix them earlier. Okay, so it should work. Now it still looks like it looks like this whole thing's kind of turned a little bit. All right. Let's try this. I think this will work. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh shit, no, it's rotating all funky. It's staying on though, it's like right, it's just not rotating the right way. Hold on. Yeah, what the hell, man? I sit there and I rotated it for like 5 minutes and it fucking went back. Jesus, okay. Alright. Yeah, see, fixing a rocket launcher take like 20 minutes. Alright. There we go. Yeah, and you see, and it's still rotating off a little bit, but I'm not gonna keep messing with it for right now because I'm just tired of the fucking trying to get it. I know, man, it's ridiculous trying to get it to just. There's a way to do it. Hold on, there's a way to do it. So, from what I understand, is I need to click this, hit. Oh, well, make sure grid snap is on. Let's turn it down a little bit. Triangle. Yeah, when you hold an object and you press triangle, you attach it to the grid. So let me try this. Let me. So I attached it to the grid. Now let me let me grab this and see if, because like there's a way to reset stuff. So like I should be able to reset it to the grid. There we go. Yeah, see, I did it. There we go. Now it's perfect. Now it's set on the grid. Nice. That's it. I got it. Alright, that should be it, man. It looks good. Hopefully that's it. Anyways, now let me put it back on the rocket part. Alright. Goddamn, let's try this again. It's still rotating at a slightly kind of weird, I don't know what that's about. It's got like a weird rock to it, and I just assigned everything to the grid, so I don't know. Well, what do you mean? Like if I put rotation speed to be 20, it's going to rotate 20 speed? Yes. Yeah, if I don't put nothing on there, it's going to automatically rotate, yeah. It could be, like I'm saying, it could be whenever he made it, maybe is this circle completely a circle? I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying I don't, that's what I'm saying. I don't know exactly why it's doing the weird kind of thing. But I think this did fix the other issue. Let me attach it to the puppet and see if it falls off again. I don't think it will now. Let me see if this works. Which matter? Yeah, so I think I got it to work like when you attach it to the puppet. I'm about to find out. But yeah, right now it's just there's a freaking crap for me. Who, me? Oh, what's his name? It's, what's your name, bro? Itchy? Alright, let's see. Dude, it's still falling the fuck off, man. What's that about? What's that about, man? Yeah, it must be like the only other explanation. Let me do this. Like I'm gonna go ahead and remove all his R2s and see if. And set it back up. Yeah, movement was on. I'm just making sure collidable's off. Let me try with movement off since it was on. I don't know if that matters, but nah, shit, movement off made the fucking thing. But the other part, hold on, but the other part stayed. Now it fell off as soon as I pressed R2. Oh, this game, so silly. All right. Yeah, it is very strange. Yeah, dude, I know, right? You feel like I was. No, I was saying, what was it? I was saying that I like kind of had a new, respect for them game developers, cause man, like, this ain't even. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah. So look, he's got 2 wires going to that front part. I'm trying to see if they're both attached to that front object. Let me see. No, it's only the rotator is attached to this. And something else is attached to that. Maybe I have to morph both pieces into the puppet separately and then morph them into the rocket launcher. Like, well, sculpt, sculpt it in, or whatever they call it. Here, I'll show you. So, let me see. Is it? Alright, right now it's scoped into the character. Let me back up a little bit more. I just want to make sure. Alright, let's go back here. Let me see. So I press R2. Holy shit, that thing shot off to the right now. Hold on. Okay, so it fell, so I think the movement's still on me. Damn, there's so many sculpts. Alright, so that's the whole object. Let me go ahead and tell it to move, I guess is what we told it to do. Exactly, yeah. I challenge you, bro. I'm gonna get it first now. Nah, that's pretty cool though. Let me again, let me take it back out of the puppet. It still falls off. I need to, cause like what was I saying? What was I trying to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to sculpt it. So let me try with the original, and I'm just gonna try to sculpt the rocket launcher itself into like, I think, because you know it works if you don't have it, like it only starts messing up when you sculpt it into the puppet. So I'm thinking if I sculpt the rocket launcher into the puppet and then try to sculpt the front part into the rocket launcher after that, maybe it'll work. Maybe. I mean, again, we can only find out by trying, right? Like it's tricky. I mean, again, if it ain't something as simple as this, like you said, probably redoing it completely would be the better outcome. But it was so weird. Gotcha. 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 Yeah, it's a good way to learn, most definitely. Oh, nice. But let's see, Yeah, so what I'm saying, what I was saying, what I'm gonna try is putting it in the puppet, but then trying to sculpt that piece back into the actual rocket launcher. So let me try that. So you can move around with the, okay, yeah, okay. See, the thing is, once you sculpt it into the puppet, I think it becomes movable technically, which is why, because whenever you turn movable on, it falls apart, like, you know, right away. So it seems like it's something to do with like that. Or hold on, you know what else too? How many times can you sculpt into this rocket launcher? 3?
I think maybe the whole night.
Like, yeah, it looks like you could sculpt into it 3 times, which I'm wondering which sculpt is, you know, that's a lot of different sculpts. Yeah, what I'm going to try to do is scope into the rocket launcher, scope into the rocket launcher, scope in.
So you're just attaching it to the puppet, right?
Yeah, he just wants you to be able to basically run around with it and shoot like it, like.
You're probably gonna need a logic component. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just putting it on the puppet, like try like to logic the puppet actually.
Well, I mean, that's still, well, I'm saying, like, he could do that, but that shouldn't affect, like, either way, like, that thing's still going to be falling off, like, the front part. What I'm saying, like, there should, it doesn't seem like it's scoped in right, like, it's, because when you scoped in stuff, that's how it should stay on there, like, so if I had a hat for the puppet, I would scope it into his head, like, or I would scope it into his body first, then I would scope it into his head, and I would stick it on his head, and it would stay on his head, or at least it should. Wherever he moved his head, the hat should move. So it should be the same for this. When you scope that into the rocket launcher, it should move with the rocket launcher. But I feel like there's something going on with the scoping. Like, and they say, like, I've heard a lot of people, like, a lot of issues tend to be scope related. Like, oh, you didn't have this scoped in, you got to scope in every part, you got to, you know, it's very strange. I mean, dude, it works if you don't want the spinny front piece. It's working just fine, like, like more or less, except for like that the ball's not with it because I didn't move it with it. But what is that one? Hellclaw? Remix of Hellclaw? What the hell is Hellclaw? Oh, wow. Hellclaw's like a weird robot. He doesn't have any attacks. Oh, wait, yeah, he does. Yeah. Try taking off the actual rotator and see if it like, you know, because like say if you were to just press R2 without the like it actually rotating, if it still falls off, then it ain't got nothing to do with the rotator. It could be, make sure the collide's off on it too, man. Like that's the first thing you want to do, because colliding will always make shit break, especially if it moves. So as soon as you start working on it, turn the colliding off. Yeah. No, that might be, like I said, because the collide might be on. And if they're hitting, like if it's colliding inside the other object, it'll automatically get pushed out. What time is it? Yeah. I might be jumping off in like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I've been on all night. Let's see. Let me go to my... Ooh, I leveled up. Woo, level... 110. No, 111. I want to break down the scopes. I want to see how he has it all scoped. So that piece, got that piece, that piece. So that's all one scope. Alright, I scoped those back together. Let me see. It's rotating good. Okay, whatever. Yeah, see, as soon as you turn movable, oh, well, let me make sure, because collidable's on, but I'm pretty sure as soon as you turn movable on, it becomes really, like, that's where it gets really kind of, let me make sure collidable's not on. Okay. No, there we go. I got it moving. I got it. Okay. I mean, I got it moving and rotating, right? Let me see if I can put it on the puppet now. Unless it was doing the whole fall shit where it's gonna fall and then, like, as soon as it comes to a stop, the damn thing's gonna fall off. It's annoying. It looks like it's right, damn it. Be right. Oh, I had it movable. Okay, so I can tell it not to be movable. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and tell it no moving. Okay, looks good still. Go into the puppet. Okay, so as soon as you stick it in that goddamn puppet, it just wants to fall off, man. What if I scoped it further into the puppet? Maybe I can't scope it straight into the... Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you can't scope it into the puppet one time. Maybe you gotta scope it like further into the puppet. Like, let me try scoping it into like his arm or something and see if it still has an issue. Yeah, no. Oh, cool. I'm actually running around. It looks like a shoulder. It looks like a shoulder cannon. And I'm like firing off shoulder cannon shots. It looks cool. Okay, this was kind of weird, but I was gonna, let me see if I scoped it in, like, if instead of scoping the rocket into the puppet, maybe if I scoped the puppet into the rocket. Crazier things have happened, man. Oh no, it's falling off now, like even outside the damn puppet. I think, let me make sure. Oh, whoa, what the hell? Do you have a... Is there a microchip under there? Yeah, oh, what the hell is this microchip? Oh, that's the same one? Oh, weird. Well, yeah, no, it's the microchip is scoped into the thing. Does it need to be scoped in? Does that matter? See, man, I don't even know if, like, the microchip might be the problem that's affecting the whole scoping shit, because it might not need to be scoped in. It's crazy. That's what I'm talking about. Scoping and shit is very kind of crazy. Should be in the what? Yeah, I'm about to scope out the freaking chip and see if that does anything. Now it's attached to the rocket, but it's just attached on the top layer. Okay, so it's moving, it's moved again, it ain't falling. Okay. Let me see. Let me scope it into the puppet again. Alright, so I got it working to where, like, it's in the puppet, it's kind of working, like, it's not falling off anymore, but it's not rotating. Oh, I think I know why that is, though. Hold on. Wait, do I? See, why isn't it rotating? I got this hooked up here. I think you might need the rotator on the actual object, because the way you have it is they're all in the thing, which is right before, because you had it scoped into it, but you don't want it scoped into it. You want it scoped out onto the entire rocket, and then you want the rotators itself. Let me try that.
I think dreams not like when you try to mix stuff together.
Yeah, right? That's something. That's even... I think I have it though, because like I said, it's not falling off now, which again, that's, I mean, a step closer.
But you had to remove the layer, right?
Hold on, well, I haven't solved it completely. Let me just double check here real quick. Let me attach a rotator and see if it falls off after I do that. Ah, damn, go ahead and make that small. As soon as I attached that rotator, it fell again. Yeah, it's very strange. It didn't fall before when oh wait. Now moves off. Yeah, it didn't fall before whenever I didn't have the rotator on. Or no, when did it not fall? There was a time where... Right here, it's not falling. What did I do to make it fall? Oh, I grouped it. I grouped it together, and when I grouped it together, it fell. So I can't group it together, I guess? Okay. So I'm not gonna group it together. I'm just gonna rotate. Maybe each individual piece is movable. And that's what I was... No. They're not collidable, they're not movable. Okay. But if I group them together, it will fall. If I don't group it together, it won't fall. But I can't rotate it as a group. So let me try to put one rotator on everything, because that's about the only way I can think to do this. And let me make sure if I put a rotator on, it doesn't fall automatically. Yeah, dude. So if I go to put a rotator on, that bitch falls automatically. I don't know, man. I have no idea. I think I'm done with it. Like, you can put it on there, but it's the rotation that's making it fall off the front. If you remove the rotators and you stick it in the puppet, it stays on. So it's something to do with the rotators.
So the rotator mechanic is buried from the game.
Well, what I think is going on is usually when you scoped one object into another object, you're telling the first object to be a part of the second object, right? If the first object is not movable, but the second object is, and you're moving, I think it's something to do with scoping and rotating, because it seems like Like, I want to say you could do stuff like this. Like, what you're trying to do shouldn't be that hard. It doesn't seem that hard, but at the same time, it's acting really weird. I don't think it's a glitch or nothing. I think we're just doing something wrong. It's a cool rocket launcher though, man. Are you just wondering, I'm sorry, what'd you say to call it? Itchy? Are you looking at my stream right now or no?
What?
Are you looking at my stream? Are you on my stream right now or no?
No, wait, let me check.
I mean, it's no problem. I was gonna say if you were, I was gonna show you the little hover car I had since you were talking about hover vehicles. But, or it's like a ship. I gotta fix it up, but. Okay, let me hear. I'll go to it real quick. Exit.
Do you know how to cut the sound from the stream?
Oh, nah, I mean, you could just mute it, or, I mean, I could take my voice out of the stream, if that helps. Hold on.
No, because I have the voice from the chat, from the party.
Yeah, hold on, I'll just fix that for now, because I'm about to be getting off anyways. Audio sharing.